Noisy has arrived. Carry on. You lunatic. Noisy has arrived. Noisy has arrived. If you remember, these were on the red ones, on the red trike, and it went. These started live as a long time ago. Remember, I put when we were clapping for the NHS on a Thursday, I put the bike up here, and then I had the post, didn't I? And the first things I started to do was blow a horn instead of clap my hands. Well, then Stephen robbed them and put them on the red trike, and then that went, and you've missed them forevermore, haven't you, Steve? You've missed them forevermore. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Well, you've been to Triumph Sea. What was he called?
David Dickinson.
David Dickinson, yeah.
Dickinson's
We
real
didn't have
deal.
nothing to sell, so we weren't allowed in.
Oh, buggers.
It was a code.
You wanted to be nosy, didn't you? You wanted to see the thing, but you got to sell something. Look at that. So the compressor, where's the compressor? On this side in the back. The compressor's here.
Hello.
Right, so the compressors are here in the back.
Should be a red.
There's both the compressors. Is there a delay? Did you feel much of a? Oh, they light up the relay. You pull through the relay and light up. Because you can't wire them up to the switch because it melts the switch, doesn't it? You've got to run it through a relay.
For a relay, yeah, 'cause that's what I did on the other one.
That's what the mistake.
And I put the switch out.
Yeah, burn the switch out.
Yeah.
But this now that's a nice posh relay, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a nice relay. I haven't seen one that nice before.
I haven't finished yet. They've got to be
With little,
yeah,
mounted.
fixed on the.
Yeah, mounted.
I went in the dark last night.
No.
And with that, working in there in the dark.
Oh yeah,
I won't leave it till daylight.
pain in the butt in it, yeah. Before you take your gear off, come on, I've got to show you something. What's arrived? Come on. Right, look at that. He's going to make one hell of a noise. And I asked him for the other horns back, and he's not keen on giving them back because he's thinking of fitting the Dixie horns. He wants to put the Dixie horns in there as well.
I like them for the show.
You like them because you blow them as you leave here. You
If I
go,
can get them louder,
I've got your horns, yeah.
I'll be happy with it.
Well, yeah. What you don't notice, stupid things that you don't notice until you do it. This is bracketed on this bolt here on the back because that's what. And Stephen says wants a bit of copper tube to go over there. It's one of those things you know, but nobody would ever notice that there's not a copper tube. But you and I notice now, don't we? So anyway, do you see how that is? 1, 2 on the third nut on the back here, right? So that's there. But because it's a 6-cylinder, when you came to put it in the same place over here, it didn't work, did it? Because they don't meet, they pass each other, don't they? So to level up the horns in the front, this one, that's still warm. This one works off this one, see? And it's had to be bracketed backwards to make it fit. It's just, that's what makes it part of the fun, Steve, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Finding out and going, oh shit. Yeah. Because this plastic's in the same place, isn't it? It's just the mounting on the back of it. And what's that? That's just a nut welded on one of these original nuts. Yeah. So we use that to tighten it up.
But when you look across
Ooh.
here, I don't think it looks that far out.
Well, it isn't. The end isn't, but the nut is uneven.
Yeah.
So if you look at it as, if you measure the nuts don't marry up. But if you look at the end of the casings marry up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
until you get to doing it and working on it, it's really, really, and that's part of the fun and the enjoyment, and it's great to do. Absolutely great to do. It's coming on really well, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
Really?
Better with the horns on, don't they?
You've always missed the horns.
Yeah, I missed them
You
horns.
always missed the horns.
I wasn't thinking about that other one, but you said neither one.
Yeah. Well, they're cheap enough. They were, what were they, 20 quid horns or something, weren't they? Just sometimes if the weather, we don't do much in the weather, and so you don't get water in there.
I'll try it before.
Yeah, picks up.
It never stays wet.
It's not that low, no. Well, that's the only thing that you might get, because some of them put them backwards. But no, that wouldn't look good backwards. That's really good now. Mr. Noisy. Ooh. So how long is this? Have you had this for how long?
2 years.
2 years. You've cleaned, polished, scrubbed,
Yeah.
and tinkered, and pulled apart and put back together. And you've just noticed, you've only just noticed, look at this, how the hell did that G get there? Right, Goldwing G, yeah. And if you look the other side, it's a different G. It's a different, I'd say that's the right one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Obviously the G must have fell off. But it's only after 2.5 years, or 2 years of messing, you've discovered the G is different. It's funny, isn't it?
But it stands out now, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's always something.
Yeah, it's in your face.
There's always something. The little flames. You didn't see the little flames have arrived. Look. Where's the other little flames? There's another little flame somewhere on the other side. Oh yeah. The little flame have arrived there. Look. And the little chrome frame on this side, because it has to match, doesn't it? And the little chrome frame, although it's a slightly different shape. Oh, you've so enjoyed this one, haven't you, Steve? That's the enjoyment, and of course going to the shows and.
Still got me spotlights, some more spotlights underneath there, can't I?
Well, I'm thinking big indicators. Have you looked at them? You want an indicator that big, don't you? Off the trucks. It would also tell somebody that's here, if you're changing lane on the motorway or whatever, they'd see it. It would be like a repeater. It would be a safer thing, because you've got enough lights, you just want to do something there, don't you? So we need a hanging indicator, the same as you see at the bottom of trucks. It's got an indicator here and an indicator here. Some of them have blood red on the back and orange, but some have just pure orange ones. I think, put it in the comments, what do you prefer? A light under here, like a set of rally lights really, but in the old days, but I think an indicator would look as nice, would fill that space, but would be better, would brighten you up if you're turning in front of them, and also would warn somebody that's here and you're changing lanes or whatever. If they miss this indicator, that indicator will be there telling them, you know, in town and traffic and stuff. We've got to get one and try one, haven't we? And get it mounted. Yeah.